Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. Got my best friend, Mike Cox, my guest tonight. Mike, how are you?
Doing all right.
All right, good deal. Well, Mike's not only my best friend, he's my brother too, so that even makes it better. Couldn't make it without him. Folks, I'll tell you what we're going to do tonight. I got a 5-minute segment that I shot at Bunch Marine, and the East Tennessee Fishing Show is going on right now. And so the Lady Vols don't come on to 9 o'clock tonight, so you can watch the show, and I'm going to give you some good information on the fishing show over at Jacobs Building there at Chilhowie Park. And so we're going to catch that right quick, and it's about 5 minutes worth. I got to get with Curtis down there, I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday. Anyway, it's got a lot of good information in there. They're going to give away a boat over there and this, that, and the other, and you've seen that probably from the films I've done with Sheila Bunch there in the past weeks. But then after that, we'll come back and we're going to show that Rick Dunn, world champion duck caller. I've been promising people I'd do that, and we're going to show that right after we do this 5-minute segment with Curtis Bunch at Bunch Marine. So Herschel, show that for us, will you? Hey folks, I've got Curtis down here at Bunch Marine, and I cornered Curtis. He's pushed for time, getting ready for the East Tennessee Fishing Show, and they're going to be over there. Curtis, give us a little insight on what's been going on getting ready for the show.
Well, it's been needless to say, it's been a push. I mean, we've been working extremely hard, and the show's going to be the best show that we've ever had. We've got more vendors coming from all across the country as far as California. And we've got them coming from North Carolina, Virginia, down into Alabama and Georgia. And, the show is completely sold out. Not another inch of space. I think Sheila's even up there trying to clean out a closet to sell a booth. So people are trying to get in. With the thing that's going to be unique about this event is there's no place that you can go that you're going to find the type of tackle that you're going to find for the fishing.
Right.
There's going to be all kinds of custom tackle in the building, which is hard to, you just can't find it everywhere. With new vendors coming in and bringing their new wares and new products being introduced that have been brought to bear in the marketplace. And there's also something for everybody. This is not a bass fishing show.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fishing show. Right. And we've got something for everybody. If you're a crappie fisherman, if you're a bluegill fisherman, if you're a muskie fisherman, if you're a striper fisherman, if you're a cat fisherman, or if you're a tournament bass fisherman,
right.
We've got something for everybody in the event. Marine dealers will be there. Of course, naturally, we'll be there. White Pine, they'll be representing tracker boats, nitro boats. Heard they also had some bullets up there for the guys to look at. Arrowhead Marine, they'll be there representing Stratus boat. We'll have Ranger, we'll have Triton, and we're also going to have the better lineup this year of Ranger aluminum and Triton aluminum boats to the marketplace. And then we're also going to have low boats, and so we're going to have an outstanding representation of product. The lineup of the show has never been this good. Mr. Forrest Wood himself will be there. He'll be there Friday afternoon. He'll spend the night. He'll also be there Saturday if you guys want to come visit Forrest. Bring his grandson. He's vice president at Ranger, Keith Davron. We'll have Jimmy Houston. He'll be there. To my knowledge, he's never been at the show, so this is a new deal. Shaw Grigsby will be there. Jay Yellis will be there. Terry Scroggins will be there. Ott Defoe will be there. Of course, Brandon Card will be there. And there's Dan Mueller. He's a crappie master, professional bass fisherman, and Dan loves to do seminars on crappie fishing. He'll have his specially outfitted Ranger boat rigged for crappie fishing, and it will be at the seminar area, and he'll be doing seminars continuously during the show, and then he'll be standing there at his boat to offer tips to all the crappie fishers. So.
Dang, Curtis, that's wonderful. I can't wait for this thing to get started. I know you'd like to have another 2 or 3 days to get prepared, but it is what it is, and I can't wait to get over it.
There's a couple other things I want to mention that are huge. Naturally, it's at the Jacobs Building at Chilhowie Park in Knoxville. You can go to the East Tennessee Fishing Show website to get all the details, to get the location if you're unfamiliar with that. If not, just call us, 865-376-7227. We'll be glad to help you out with getting there. Parking is free, okay? Children 12 and under get in free. And the ticket to get in is only $8. Now, when you buy the ticket, then you also, this is something new this year that we pulled off, you can go in and you can actually register to win a boat at the show.
For $8?
For $8, and you take your ticket over there to the register for the boat. We're going to give away a boat at the close of business on Sunday, and you do not have to be present to win. And you can register as many times as you like. So if you come to the show more than once, okay, and you want to come in consecutive days, you could actually register to win a boat 4 times. All you got to do is buy a ticket.
Yeah.
And we're also introducing at the show an event that we're going to have that's going to run year long, and it's going to be a Ranger boat giveaway. And there will be finalists drawn every night. There'll be 4 finalists drawn that will be a finalist to win this Ranger boat this event begins at the show.
Man, alive. Hey, that's better chances than the lottery, folks, guarantee it. So, Curtis, I thank you. Appreciate your time. I know you're pushed, and let's go fishing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right, folks, there you go. There's some good information. If you're not at the show tonight, that'll give you something to bank on there. And the show hours tonight from started at 2 this afternoon and go till 9 tonight. And tomorrow it starts on Friday. It's 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then on Sunday it's 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. So it was some good information there from Curtis, and I was glad to get it and to pass it along to you all. And hopefully you're watching the show tonight, and then you can go to the fishing show, Mike, tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday.
Yep.
All right, that's a good deal. Now, folks, we got a lot of things for you tonight. I've got some fishing film. Bill Nichols and I went to North Sunday afternoon, fished 3 or 4 hours up there, and caught a few fish. And Mike's been crappie fishing on Watts Bar. I run into Fred Eubanks at Edgemore Outdoors and Paul Bryant. Paul's been on Watts Bar fishing down there for crappie, and Fred's been on Milton Hill catching them. So we got some good fishing reports, Mike. I didn't get you and Brad on camera, so you got anybody that can witness what you've done?
Well, he's eating them, so I guess that's a pretty good witness.
All right. I don't know about them. I tell you, I got to watch them, folks. Yeah, I can tell you right now, they can't count very well at all. I mean, I got I've given them pennies and rocks and everything else to put in their pockets, but for some reason or another, they don't count very good. All right, I'm going to put Rick Dunn on, and I was highly impressed with this gentleman, and I don't know if duck season over, Mike, or I don't know if it ended the 15th of this month or yesterday, or it goes to the end of the month. I looked at it once several months ago, but I don't remember what it was. And but anyway, I'm hoping you get a lot out of this, because I sure did, and I'm not a duck hunter, but it was real interesting. So Herschel, show us Mr. Dunn, will you? Hey folks, I'm here at Jerry's Bait Shop, and while I was down here visiting with Donna Joe, she introduced me to this guy, and his name is Rick Dunn. Rick, glad to meet you again.
Glad to meet you.
All right. Rick is the 1997, I want to make sure I get this right, world champion duck caller. And I'm cold chills just talking about that, because, world champion means a whole lot in anything. And I've asked Rick, Donna's got all kinds of duck calls here and this kind of stuff, and it's part of her business, and she sponsors the show, so I'm going to talk to Rick, and I'm going to let Rick talk to you and tell us about these calls and what the difference is between different calls and how he won that world championship. Rick, talk to the people.
Okay, I'm Rick Dunn, and I'm from BB, Arkansas, and I started making duck calls in 1975, so 30-some odd years now I've been making these calls. And I did win the 1997 World Championship. It took me 14 tries to win it though. So I was lucky enough to finish second a couple of times, and third a couple of times, and fourth a couple of times. But it takes a little luck as well as a little skill to win the World Championship. And you know, there's a lot of good callers out there. They've got as many as 60 to 70 in the contest, and they come from all over the United States. Now, a little bit, let me tell you just a little quick thing about competition calling. They give you 90 seconds to get on stage and blow a routine, and you're kind of painting a picture for the judges that you're seeing ducks way off and you're calling to them, and then they're coming in closer, and then you act like they're coming in closer, and then you feed call like they're circling, and then you act like they're leaving, they go away, and you call them back loud again, and back in a little softer, and then feed call again, and then quack like they landed. And you actually, you know, you're doing this routine, and the judges are kind of visualizing how you're working the ducks. But all this takes place in Stuttgart, Arkansas, the Thanksgiving weekend every year, and it's been going on down there since I think 1936. So it's a pretty big deal down there. But right now I want to tell you about some of these little duck calls. Of course, any of these calls you can get down here at Jerry's Bait Shop, and she's got a very good selection. What we start with is two types of calls. We have an acrylic call made of acrylic, very nice, very durable, and we have wooden calls like this. This is a diamond wood call, and we have like a Coca-Cola call out of wood. We have different colors of acrylic, and then when you get into the acrylics and the duck calls all together, we go in volumes. Our timber call is the softest volume of the calls that we have. Now that's for not necessarily in the timber, but it's for close in hunting. So the ducks may be 75 to 150 yards, and you're calling at those ducks. And they're the most realistic sounding of the calls that we have. We've got some louder calls for further ducks. If you're going to be calling, say, 150 to 300 yards, we've got like a medium volume call. And then we've got an open water call for long range ducks where you really have to scream at them to get their attention. But I want to give you just a little demonstration of the duck calls. We'll start with the timber calls. We also make them in double reeds and single reeds. This is a double reed, and like I said, it's a diamond wood. They got a pretty soft, kind of a mellow sound. And they're really a nice call, and they're priced reasonably. Now we also have in the soft calls a timber call, and this also has kind of a soft metal sound. And all this is for close in calling. Now when the ducks are out there a little bit further, we've got a medium range call. It's a meat hanger, and it's a little bit louder. This is a double reed here. And also, one other one I forgot to say on the close in calls is the DRT. It's a timber. All pretty nice little calls. Then, after the double reeds, in the medium volume calls, we've got a single reed, and this is like a XLT. It's a wooden call, medium volume. You can see it's just a little bit louder, but they all have a good tone. See, here's an acrylic in the XLT. And all, if you can put the air in them the correct way, all of them have got a good sound. And we'll talk about maybe blowing them here in just a second. Let me get to one more call. This is a Main Street call. You wouldn't want to carry this duck hunting, but This is the kind that you would use on the stage at Stuttgart. Blow loud hail calls. I'll blow you one, and I don't know if the volume would be too loud for the camera, but I'm going to blow just a hail call to show you kind of what they do on stage. I'm going to warm up for just a second. All right, this is a hail call. Anyhow, I'm getting too old for that and run out of air. You know what I mean? I'm just a little bit older than you are. But,
Yeah.
But anyhow, this is a type call you would use on stage at Stuttgart. It's got quite a bit of volume. And that's what you would use to get a duck's attention that would be more than a quarter mile away. Not supposed to sound exactly like a duck. It's supposed to sound like several ducks at a distance. But just a little bit to go on. Now let me switch over and talk about actually when you're out hunting, the way you want to call. Any situation that you're in, you want to make sure that you have the wind at your back, or at least the wind at one side or the other. You want the ducks to land towards you because they always land into the wind, or you want to let the ducks land from the side, either from your right or from your left. But anyhow, when you're calling ducks, you see the ducks and you want to get their attention. So let's just say they're out there about 100 yards. You hit them a little pretty good lick. Okay, if they're interested at all, they're going to come towards you and see what's there. And as they're coming over, you might want to feed call just a little bit. And then as soon as the ducks get past you, you want to hit them fairly close. And it doesn't have to be so loud because they're a little bit closer now. And they're going to go back downwind. And as the ducks are going downwind, you can also feed call just a little bit. And then what you want to do is let them go down about 75 yards downwind, so they have plenty of room to get set up to turn around, and then hit them another little short lick on a little comeback call. And usually they'll turn, and they'll either land this pass or the next pass if they're interested. But that's basically what you want to do when you're calling ducks. The number one rule of a duck hunter is to go where the ducks are. So you're going to have a lot more luck if you're where the ducks are. But once you get there, if you've got a good tool and you know how to use it and you know when to use it, your chances are going to be a lot greater of having success. But anyhow, that's just a little bit about the duck calls. Have you got any questions?
Rick, I just sat here and realized, people, this is not as easy as it looks. It took you a long time. It's just like fishing. Mm-hmm. It takes you a long time to perfect it, and some of us never do, like myself, but we keep trying. And it's obvious that you have perfected this, or you wouldn't have been world champion. And you know, I'm just standing here amazed at, you know, thinking about how long it takes, and just what you said about the hunting skills of hunting the ducks and being the wind, you know, them landing into the wind. So you've learned me a whole lot. Folks, I'm going to tell you this. Rick and I are trying to perfect a fish call. Now, he's working on it, and we're going out to the lake here in a little while and try one out. But I guarantee you I'm not going to tell you whether it worked or not. So, but we are working on one. He's done convinced me that it's got good possibility. So, but I wouldn't look for them on the shelf as of yet.
Well, we can corner the market if we get it perfected.
I guarantee you. We probably won't want the market. Rick's what I'm trying to say. One is all we need.
That's all we need.
Listen, folks, it's been an honor to have this gentleman, and we'll be showing this one night here in the next week or so. And Rick, it's really been good. You've taught me a lot right here in just a few minutes, and I'm really honored to have you on the show and have you on the film. So good to see you. Hope to see you again.
Okay, good seeing you.
All right, folks. We'll be looking for this in the next week or two. Thanks. All right, folks. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Man, you know, Mike, the guy's got a talent.
No doubt about that.
He's definitely got a talent. You know, that fish call, he's still working on that.
Yeah.
So, but he hadn't give up on it, and I'm just waiting on him to get it tuned in, and then I'm trying it out.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, you know, like I said, I've been holding that tape for several months, and I hope I didn't wait too late. I tried to get the word out, you know, a few weeks ago to the duck hunters that they might want to watch that, and I've run into several on the boat ramp, Mike. We have, and on the lake, you know, with their decoys out and stuff. So maybe they got to watch that. I thought it was really interesting. I wanted to say hello to my dad, and he's supposed to be watching. We just got him back out of the hospital there yesterday.
Yeah.
So, but he's doing good right now. Just hope and pray for the best. Say hello to Bill and Polly. Bill looks like maybe Sunday afternoon we'll be headed to the fishing show. So be ready. And so listen, we got some film. Bill and I are up on Norris, and we're going to show that, and then we'll come back to me and Mike, and we'll talk about fishing reports and the crappie, Mike. You know, it looks like the weather forecast there, it might ice over again here in a few days, so we better get all the fishing in we can, in.
That's for sure.
Okay. All right. Herschel, are you ready to show us that fishing film? Okay. Anytime. There we go. Wood, 45 foot of water. All right. All right, Bill.
All right.
Made another connection back there. Oh, yeah, man, that's a nice one.
Yeah, he acts like he is.
Yeah, he's got.
got your line.
That's all right. We're out now. All right.
He just won't give up.
No, he's on it.
Who he is,
Yeah.
With a nice little smallmouth, isn't he?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
All right. I like it.
Out here in the old quarry.
Quarry, yeah. He sure was.
Let's see here a minute now.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I don't want to
Break my line. Oh,
I'm up here, old buddy.
yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, Bill. That's good. Good.
Hey, one thing about it, when you catch them in this cold here, once they get in,
Yeah.
they sort of want to stay still.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, pretty fish, Bill.
What about that?
Yeah, that fish there was 18 inches. All right. Yeah, let's get another one while we're here.
Yes, sir. Might as well, son. Might as well get another.
34 feet.
Yes, sir.
38 feet.
Tangled up on me when I threw it. The old boy says I noticed it tangled up.
Righty. I like that. Shoot, yeah, get another one right quick.
Drop it straight down. Hang up on me.
Back to 31. 32 feet. $34, $33, Me, let's right over here at that drop off on that white buoy.
Okay, son, that'd be fine.
Yeah, see what we can do with that right there. Before the sun goes down.
That drop off our next buoy, right?
Yeah.
This drop off right here, off
Yeah.
this right here, is the same as that over there. It comes around, it comes this side of that buoy right there, it comes right around this way, it goes right out this end. I've always thought that that's probably, they come pretty close to that right out there to where they, somewhere they come in that old quarry.
Yeah. Uh-huh. You mean with the road to get the rock? You mean with the road to get the rock, or?
Yeah, to get the rock.
Yeah.
Build a dam up there. But they had to follow this here. They had to follow this drop off right here, but that ain't nothing but a old holler out there.
Yep. Yep. When did they build that dam, Bill?
At the same time they built the lake.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Huh. I bet they hauled that rock with probably mule wagons, you reckon? Or maybe they have trucks? They have trucks to haul that rock?
I don't know. They have used mules and everything.
Yeah.
Steve, I'm not really sure, son.
Huh. let's try it right there. Fish our way out through there. Yeah, already 39 feet, 37 feet, 36. You can pull in here and fish this thing sometimes and not get a bite. And me and Mike, yeah, me and Mike, yeah, caught 5, 6, 7 fish at a pass through here. How deep you want me to? All right, folks. There was some fishing on Norse, and we did catch a few more fish than I got on camera there, and that kind of thing. But Mike, it was interesting to be with Bill, and you know when I played the thing back, I'm really disappointed in the volume. You all can hear me well on the camera, but if I don't turn to the back. Back there, I couldn't hardly hear Bill, and so we've got to work on that audio, Mike, on the camera. But it was real interesting talking with Bill there, Mike there in Big Ridge Holler there, where we were fishing the last part of the evening there, and there's, you know, he was telling about that old quarry off that point there. I didn't know what it was, but I knowed it looked different. Because we've seen that lake when it's way down up there.
Yeah, it's eat a lot of baits at that point.
It's eat a lot of baits. It sure has. And you know, talking about the rock that they used, to build the Cove Lake, or not Cove Lake, but the Big Ridge Dam there, and had come all the way out of the holler there to get it. And I guess that makes sense, because once you pass that little old white buoy there, Mike, there's not much rock. I mean, you know, there's some veins of rocks in the narrows there, but once you get towards the back of the slough, there's not any rock.
No, sure ain't.
Or back there next to the dam, there's not a whole lot of rock there, so it makes a lot of sense, them coming out there next to the channel to get that rock for that. So it was real interesting to get that information from Bill, and he's walked that lake all of his life, so whenever it was first backed up and everything, so he pretty well knows what's going on up there. Herschel, I tell you what, folks, I got a real two commercials here. I'm going to go ahead and show the one at Edgemore, because Jim's got some sales on stuff up there and some good information. So Herschel, show us that Edgemore Outdoors, will. Hey folks, I'm over here at Edgemore Outdoors, and been talking with Jim. He's got some after Christmas sales here and that kind of thing, so we're going to run through that right quick so that you can get some good deals over here at Edgemore Outdoors. And you know, Edgemore Outdoors is a full service fishing shop, and with some hunting supplies thrown in there to boot. You know, anything you fishermen are looking for, this is the place to stop. So the clearance rack, he's got a 3 racks back there of plastic, shaky heads, jigs, jig heads, and a whole bunch more stuff back here that it's on a 30% off on that price. And man, you know, that's a good deal, folks. He's got the Lew's Speed Spool. Now, guys, listen to this. The Lew's Speed Spool is a regular $149.99. He's got it marked down to $134.99.
And, you know, that's a $15 savings off that tournament series reel, and it's a great reel. So you need to check that out. Now, you've got to mention the Let's Go Fishing show to get that reel price. So, and I'd appreciate it if you'd mention that anytime you come in over here at Jim's shop. And he's got these new Boyd Duckett Ghost Series rods back here. They run from $99.99 to $109.99, and you guys know why. The flipping stick and the 8-foot rods are a little more expensive than the 7s and less. So get by here and check those rods out. I've been back there looking myself, so check that out. And then he's got all these new swim baits in, the Kitech, the cane thumpers and the AATs, plus all the normal regular stuff that you might find in the swim bait line. So check all that out. Got a new rack full of those things, and he's got a new shipment of bows in for you bow hunters still wanting that new bow. And then here's the biggie: he's got 10% off all archery and hunting supplies that he's had, you know, wanting to move out, that he had in here for bow season. So get over here and check on those special deals and good prices on that kind of thing. If you're in the archery business or a hunter, you got some ammo on the racks back here. So come by and see Jim at Edgemore Outdoors and let him know that you saw this on the Let's Go Fishing show. Thank you.
All right, folks. And, you know, Jim's got some good stuff, so you want to take advantage of those sales up there, Mike.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Real good stuff.
I need to get up there and prowl around back there on those 3 racks of plastics and jigs and shaky head hooks. And I mean, you know, they were loaded down. I just wished I'd had time to look around real close. I'd like to have some of that stuff, so maybe he won't get rid of it before I get back up there. If he does, that'll be all right. So good deal on the reel, that tournament series reel, folks. Just remember to mention Let's Go Fishing show when you go up there and visit with Jim. And I'd appreciate it, and I know he appreciates your business. Mike, let's talk a little bit about the fishing. Bill and I, we were throwing exactly what we was talking about there at Edgemore Outdoors. This little old thing here, right? That and the silver buddy. Daimiki is the way I pronounce it, but you know, that's a good-looking little bait.
It sure is.
I mean, and we caught several fish on it, and caught 2 or 3 fish on the silver buddy. So that's the kind of the gist of the fishing up there. The bad thing about it that Bill and I commented on, and I know he's listening, is, man, we didn't see any bait fish on the Death Finder. That we were really shocked not to find the balls of bait fish down there in that deep water. There's very few and far between.
Yeah.
We couldn't figure out where all the minnows went to in the last couple of weeks. So we know they were there then.
Yes, sir. They sure was.
And we had a decent little trip there, but nothing what we both expected. And we're going to go back on them, see if we can find them. What about the crappie, Mike? What are you guys doing on the crappie?
Well, we done a lot of looking down there at Watch Bar, checking out some more places. But I noticed that when we didn't see no bait fish at all coming out of the holler like we normally been seeing, and got out there and it was 30 foot or deeper before we started finding bait fish out there. And we got on down the lake, and they seemed like they stayed down there till later on that evening, and then they gradually, as it warmed up, they started coming up. And late in that evening, them gulls was back there beating the heck out of them on top of the water. So for some reason or other, they come back up. But we seem to be catching most of ours around that 34 foot.
Mm-hmm.
The water was still dingy out on the channel, and we didn't do all that good out there. Kind of slipped back in some of the pockets there some, and little creeks down there around Hornsby and the Fingers and stuff in there. Fished a lot around Uchi and stuff. Just done a lot of idling around looking with a scanner and stuff, trying to find some more structure out there and some newer places to fish. So you don't always beat the same ones to death, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we hit one good brush pile there, and shoot, we caught. I sent you a picture of them two biggest crappie there. That one when he's almost 15 inches. He's over 14 there. And,
Right.
done real good out of that one tree right there. I think we caught 6 or 7 out of that one tree.
Yeah. Well, I got the picture on my phone there, Mike, but that's not going to get you and Brad a T-shirt.
Yeah, I know it. But, now the catfish and the drum, man, we wore them out. It was everywhere we dropped the line down, there was a catfish jerking on us. So, you know,
Yeah.
there's plenty of that going on down there.
All right. Well, I run into Fred Eubanks over at Edgemore there Wednesday or Tuesday, excuse me, and run into Ray Bryant, and then Ray called me there Sunday afternoon, and he thought that was me out there fishing, and it was you.
Yeah.
And I think he said he had about 15 or 18 good keeper crappie, and he was fishing on back in the not necessarily that close to the channel like you were. He was on back in Hornsby Holler there, and around the Nucci area, probably a little shallower. Ray may call in here a little bit here in a few minutes, and we might get something, some more tips from him. And then Fred told me he's catching crappie over on Milton Hill in about 15 foot of water in the older trees, the ones that's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Out there in front of the trees, and in the trees, he's catching them on over there. So the crappie's biting on Milton Hill, and they're biting on Watch Bar, and you just got to kind of finagle with them. And Ray told me he was using minnows also, and so maybe things will shape up here, and we'll get things going. Herschel, turn the phones on for us, will you?
I think that.
All right.
Yeah, I think that water clears up. They'll get a lot better.
My phone's not lit up back here, Herschel.
I think it.
All right. Yeah. We heard the ringing, but we didn't get it lit up.
I think that dingy water's holding the crappie back a lot down there. I think they got to be able to see a little bit better.
Right, Mike. I definitely think so too. Nope, no lights on the phone yet. So we're going to keep giving the fishing tips, and we'll get this problem worked out, folks. So just bear with us. Okay, slide the phone on. All righty, that ain't no problem. We may have come unplugged. So anyway, we got the phones lit up and all that kind of stuff. So what do you think now, Herschel? Got her now. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Steve Cox. What do you mean, hello, Mike? How did you know it's me?
Well, Herschel done told me that it was you calling because the phone wasn't working here in front of us, so he had to come in here and fix it. So, yeah, I got a heads up. He told me who it was on hold there till we got the phone fixed up. So,
Well, but I'm surprised tonight I haven't lost your audio or anything on the whole show tonight. I'm just pleased as punch that it's working real good. I tell you what, though, and I want you to think about this, and I thought about it more than one occasion. When you have Bill Nichols out there in the boat, turn that camera on him and interview him and get him to talk.
yeah.
Even when you're not catching fish, because if we've got a true legend in this area from bass fishing, I mean, that's a true legend right there. And your dad and a bunch of them, but Bill Nichols is one that when he says something, people want to listen.
It's true. It's true.
Get him next time you're out there in the boat. Just turn it on there and get him to talking, you know.
Yeah.
And I promise you that'll make good film, and a lot of people interest. Not that they don't like to listen to you now.
Right, I know that. Yeah, that's no problem. I was just telling Mike there while we were showing the film that I had to start turning my head around to the back of the boat because it picked my voice up well, but the person in the back, you couldn't hear them. And when I replayed it at home,
I remember through the years.
Yeah.
Especially if that wind started blowing, you know.
You're right.
It makes audio tough, you know.
Well,
and if we had one of those $75,000-$100,000 cameras and audio to stick on the belts for each person and everything, but unfortunately that's kind of tough to do in our in our situation, you know.
Right.
But do have a question for you though.
All right.
What kind of water temperatures we got around the area right now?
North was running 43, 45 degrees. Mike, what'd you have at Watts Bar?
46.
46 at Watts Bar.
Well, you know, through the years when I did all my wintertime smallmouth fishing, whether it was here and, you know, I lived up in Greenville for a lot of years, you know, and fished Cherokee a lot in the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
When it went below 45, I started staying in my workshop and tying flies.
Right.
I know a lot of guys could catch them below 45, but I wasn't one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as long as the temperature was over 45, I felt like I could catch those smallmouth, you know, from 45 to 50, 52 degrees, you know, between December and March when, you know, before the real warm-up started. But when it went below 45, buddy, let's just say I wasn't a legend. when the water temperature went that low, I just couldn't seem to do anything with them. But that's interesting to know. I've got my boat's about ready to go, and I got a feeling I'm going to be able to throw that flying Ryan at least a time or two before springtime comes. But I'm going to have to wait for it to get up there a little bit before I get out there, because, like I say, if it's below 45, you know, I'm out. It's just one of those things that's always been part of my MO. Mike Richards couldn't catch them when it was below 45. And they knew it in Greenville, and they knew it down here back 30 years ago.
Right.
But anyway, guys, good show. I'm not a duck hunter either, but I even enjoyed the duck call segment. So good show, and it's fun listening to you. And I'm glad I got the audio for the whole show this time. So if I do anything for you, buddy, just holler at me. It's good seeing you and Mike on there. And Happy New Year to both of you.
All right, Mike. Appreciate you, man. I really do, and we'll be in touch. And I'll get you an interview for Bill there. You can count on that. He and I are going to get to the fishing show here Sunday afternoon. So I may just
you send him my best, and
I'll do it.
You get next time you go out there fishing.
I'll do
Get an interview on there with me. I just love to listen to it.
I hear that, man. I appreciate you, Mike. Thank you, buddy.
All right, guys. See you now.
See you. Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve.
Yes, sir.
It's Ray Bryant.
Hey, Ray. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Good. Give us a good fishing report, Ray.
Well, your buddy there was saying it was tough down there Sunday. These were kind of hard to come by.
Mm-hmm.
What we called was 25, 30 feet deep also, but we were in the pockets.
Uh-huh.
And what he said, main channel running 46, I didn't pay much attention out there, but it's 43 back in the pocket. So
uh-huh.
that was probably my problem.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't mean to intrude on you there. I know I circled around you, but I was trying to see if it's Steve, and when I thought I was too close, I just kind of turned away and went on.
Hey, Ray, listen, you ain't going to bother him. He's all right. If you want to talk to him, run up there and talk to him. He might show you how to catch a catfish.
I don't want to catch no catfish now. My gloves about running now from those dirty catfish.
I heard that, Ray. Listen, it's good to hear from you. I'm glad you called in and give us that fishing report. So you're back in the sloughs, and Mike's out next to the channel, and both of you catching about the same.
Yeah, and good to see Bill Nichols there too. Bill's a good fella.
He is, buddy, and yeah, he and I talked about you on our way home after you called me there. You know that, don't you?
I figured that.
Listen, he said to tell you hello, and again, and before I let him out at the house, we talked about you all the way from about Andersonville all the way down to his house, and when you called us, and so it's good to hear from you, and he told me to tell you that.
All right, buddy. Thank you now.
Thank you, Ray. See you, buddy.
See ya.
All right.
Bye.
Okay. All right. There we go. I'll tell you what. Well, we'll save it for the last couple of minutes, folks. I got a good film on Tim's Tire. You need to show that, and so we can do that here. Can we do that right now, Herschel? All right, let's do that. Let's show Tim's Tire, and I'll get a drink of water, and then we'll come back and hear some more from Mike here. Hey folks, as you can see, I'm here at Tim's Tire, and I just gave you a little quick rundown and show you what kind of tires Tim's got. Listen, come by down here at Tim's Tire. They've got a building full of tires here, and he's stocked up for bad weather and this kind of thing. So, like I said, if you need some tires, get down here and visit with Tim. Guarantee you won't leave here without your tires, and you'll be satisfied. And also too, I'm going to go out here and show you the helmet cabin. Okay, folks, out here in the front lobby at Tim's Tire, and he's still got several of these helmets here on the shelf. And as a matter of fact, he's got a sign there that says 50% off. So you guys that know what these helmets cost, that's a pretty good savings. So, and they are beautiful. Some of them, I tell you what, they're nice. I hope the camera's doing them justice. But get down here and visit with Tim on your tires, and check these helmets out, and see you Thursday night. Yeah. Hey, folks. All right, folks. Herschel's got us back. That was a good little episode or segment there on Tim's Tire, and he's got plenty of tires. You can't say a whole lot about it. Mike Tim was real questionable. He saw the show last week, and he was fascinated with those lure retrievers, plug knockers, and that kind of thing. And as a matter of fact, I had to take him some down there.
Did you?
Yeah, I dropped him some off there the other day. And so we'll see how he does with those things and that kind of thing. Tournament schedule this weekend. Got one at Point 19 on Norris. That's January the 18th. This is coming Saturday. Then you got Heartlands at Caney Creek on January the 25th. And then also at Tom Fuller Park, unless they've changed that according to their schedule on the 25th. Those two trails are about to wind up. Mike, I see. I think the Point 19 trail, I think they have one more. Let's see. Yeah. They've got one on February the 8th. So they've got two left there with this Saturday and then February the 8th, the 18th and the 8th up there. And then the 25th there at Tom Fuller Park winds up their trail. And then the Caney Creek. All right, Herschel, thank you. they've got Thursday, January the 25th, February the 8th, February the 22nd to wind them up. So there's 3 more at Caney Creek, 1 more at Tom Ford Park, and 2 more at Point 19. So, and I hear they're doing the Broken Holler thing. And then folks, they'll have the early spring trails will be starting up, and Mike, they're just everywhere at that point.
Yeah, sure.
It's wide open. Right quick, let me scratch this off as being done. The tackle box tip for the week. Mike, I thought he was going to get us one up, and he turned it over to me, and I said, okay. I'm going to tell you, if this weather's bad and you're not fishing, you need to get your fishing reels down and kind of clean them up a little bit, Mike.
Yeah, grease your wheel bearing. Get ready.
Grease your wheel bearings on your trailer, folks. That thing, if it's set for a while, or if you haven't done that, right now is a good time. A good time to get that done. You don't want to pull out here and lose a wheel bearing.
Yeah, not make it to the lake.
Not make it to the lake, and that kind of thing. Force that old water out of the hubs and put some fresh grease in, wipe it off good, and get her ready to go, because before you know it, February will be your 3rd week of February. I think everything kind of gets kicked off, Mike.
It's nonstop after that.
Yeah, it's whatever you want to do. And then the other thing, we're talking about these tips, like I said, about your fishing reels. I usually just start right after New Year's and just get me one afternoon, or maybe 2, and just tear them down, wipe them up, clean them up, oil them up good, grease them up, and get them ready. And because it's going to be here before you know it. As a matter of fact, it hadn't ever quit, and it's getting more and more year-round fishing now, Mike. And not just for bass, but for crappie and the muskies and the rockfish and all that kind of stuff. So whenever you got a bad day, that your weather's bad, you can't get out, you might want to tear down a couple of your fishing reels and clean them up, oil them up good, get them ready to go.
Yeah, won't be long. You'll have to get new fishing license and stuff too.
That's true, Mike. That's the end of February, folks. That's your last chance on the license you got now. So keep that in mind and that kind of thing, because it'll be on us before we know it.
Yeah, guarantee.
But do remember the fishing show over there, and remember my sponsors, folks. A great bunch of people. Citizens Bank, the 5 branches they've got, and Edgemore Outdoors, Bunch Marine, Reynolds Racing, and that's another thing. Glenn Reynolds Racing Marine will be over on next week's show, and he's going to bring a lower unit in, give us some tech tips on that lower unit. They've changed some of those gear cases a little bit, and man, I tell you what, he just got a head full of knowledge. I spent 45 minutes with him in his shop down there this week, just reviewing these lower units and what the purpose of them is, and this, that, and the other. And Glenn's going to be on next week, and he's going to bring some more stuff over, Mike, to help us out, get this performance out of our boats.
Yeah.
So be looking forward to having him here and getting that going. So, make sure you tune in. If you've got some good questions, be thinking about, anything that you might want to ask him, and, to get your boat to perform like you want it to, and this, that, and the other. He puts it in pretty simple terms. At least I can understand it.
Well, a lot of times it's not necessarily the speed, but it might increase your fuel mileage too.
Exactly right. It's exactly right. So, folks, remember sponsors, and let them know, about the Let's Go Fishing show, and you appreciate it. God bless you. See you next week.